Welcome to 2K Sports Studios. I'm Greg Gumbel with Clark Kellogg. We're here with the 2K Sports Season Preview Show. Here are the top 5 teams in the nation as we head into the season. The North Carolina Tar Heels come in as the #1 ranked team, followed by Kentucky, Memphis, Pittsburgh, and Kansas. Clark, what's your take of the teams that make up the top 5?
I like the potential of each of these teams. I think all of them have a chance to win the championship this year. They're poised, loaded with talent, hungry, and very eager to prove themselves this coming year. I think each of these teams would be a dream to coach.
The North Carolina Tar Heels are projected as the favorites here in the early going. Their total of 31 wins last season was remarkable.
Winning that many games again is going to be extremely difficult, no matter how much talent they have. Not many teams play that many games, never mind win that many. They'll be on the verge of dynasty status if they repeat that performance.
Kentucky is in the #2 spot. Their tournament last year came to an abrupt end with a loss in the second round, Clark.
It can be demoralizing for a team not to get past the first weekend of the tournament, but they've had all summer to forget about that loss and instead build on the positives from last season.
Memphis comes in as #3. They are a very strong team, but they have plenty of competition from within their own league.
That'll work to their advantage, Greg, because they'll have been through so many battles by the time March rolls around, tournament pressure won't bother them at all.
Pittsburgh starts the year as the 4th-ranked team. They rolled to 2nd place in their conference last year in the regular season.
As good as that sounds, I think it was a bit of a letdown for them. They wanted to come out on top, and they probably still have a sour taste in their mouth from not getting it done.
Kansas is the #5 team. They'll be trying to build on last season's regular season conference championship.
No matter how many different pieces they have this year as compared to last, they'll go into this season with the attitude of we're the champ, and if you want the crown, you've got to go through us.
Here's the next group of teams in our preseason top 25. What do you think of this group, Clark?
These teams might not be in the top 10, but you better not overlook them. I would venture to say that several of these teams will win their conference and surprise people in the tournament.
Part of the show where we break down the top players in the nation and show you our preseason All-American list. What you see before you is the cream of the crop in college hoops. What a list. What's your take on the first teamer at the top of the list, Clark?
Taylor is a force to be reckoned with, Greg. He exploits every opponent weakness and then uses his skill to dominate games. No matter what, he'll find a way to get the job done and lead his team to victory.
As for our next first-teamer, Duke is more than willing to go into battle with him, Clark.
Rivers really is an elite talent. That's a given.
There's plenty to like about him as a player. He's got that deadly combination of smarts and physical skills that makes him so difficult to defend. The coach's mentality in the body of a world-class athlete. Any questions as to why he's on the list?
Next up is a player that's drawing comparisons to some of the all-time college greats. The North Carolina Tar Heels are fortunate to have him in their corner.
Barnes is a first-teamer without a doubt. He has such versatility. He can take it and rake it, get down the court with the ball and make plays. He'll be a nearly impossible matchup for their opponent.
Let's move on to a player who's worked very hard to earn his spot on the list. The Kentucky Wildcats can depend on a solid effort from him each and every night.
Jones is the anchor of his team, and if they're going to the promised land, he's the one that's going to lead them there. We always talk about the guys with great hands. Well, he's got great feet. I love those happy feet. There are few players in the nation with better footwork than him, and that's what allows him to always be in the right position, whether it comes to rebounding or finding space for an open shot.
And finally, we have another superb player to round out the first team. The Ohio State Buckeyes will probably get used to seeing him make the impossible look ordinary.
Sullinger already has opposing coaches drawing up game plans designed to stop him, but it won't matter what they come up with. Give him too much room and he'll burn you off the dribble. Or play him tight and watch him find a teammate for an easy hoop. One way or the other, he's unstoppable.
As we move to the second team All-Americans, we can see there's no shortage of talent with this group. They're all elite players with high potential to dominate the game. Glad you could join us for the 2K Sports Season Preview. We hope you enjoy all the college hoops action ahead. So long, everyone.